Hi everybody, thanks for joining me. I'm Lynn with Plasma Energy Solution, and this is September 19th, 2020. So I did an earlier video where I talked about what you can do to deal with smoke if you're getting a lot of smoke in your areas. And one of the things I talked about using was a breathing tube where you coil up, it'll be tubing bigger than this, but it's like aquarium, the tubing that's flexible, and you get 7 or 8 feet of that, coil it up into a jar. You pour your plasma water over that tubing, not into the tubing. You leave the ends hanging out, and it looks like this. That's something Dr. Paul drew up. And so there's the air intake hanging out of one side and the air that you breathe hanging out of the other side. And once you pour the water over it, the only reason that you'd have to change that water, or you could add to it, is if you wanted to add an additional plasma energy formula to it. So when it's hanging outside of the jar, we'll pretend like it's all coiled up inside here. This end is going to be your intake for your air, and this end is going to be what you breathe through. So you draw the breath in and you exhale out to the side. You don't want to exhale your toxic air back into the tubing. Okay, so that is a little bit more about the breathing tube and how you can use that. And then today what I wanted to do was share with you a really nice testimonial that we got. And let me get the right page here. Here we go. And this is about plasma energy products, and this was done by Hope. And it says, "My name is Hope, and I have been using the plasma energy products for 2 to 3 years now. A girlfriend got me interested in them, and I started using them and have felt such a difference. I first started with the plasma energy station, and I felt an immediate boost to energy and increased vitality. I have since bought many of the other plasma energy formulas and have them in separate containers, so they are now, each container is now my mother source. With my mother source, I can make vials for others, and they can also have their own mother source. I have been in the alternative medicine field as an independent representative for about 30 years, and I call on alternative medicine practitioners, MDs, DOs, etc. in Southern California, Arizona, and Nevada. I presently represent a company with 2 lines of German biological medicine and another with a wonderful line of probiotics and enzymes. I have given many of my practitioners vials of the plasma energy station and other solution GANs, and they now use it and give it to many of their patients. Some of the experiences I have had with the GANs waters. I'm very sensitive to EMFs, so I understand the new tech frequency relief. I have a meter that I use to check the EMFs. I noticed an increased amount in my bedroom and was getting a high reading. I washed my sheets, I put them in a second rinse and added 1 to 2 cups of the new tech frequency plasma energy water to the rinse cycle, and I let it sit for 2 hours. Then I dried the sheets and put them on the bed. The reading on the meter was then close to 0. Apparently, the plasmatic field neutralized all the EMF frequencies. I also do the same with my dogs' beds and their blankets. I was bitten by a Lyme tick about 5 years ago. I made the choice to treat it naturally. The Lyme Relief GANs has made an incredible difference for me and my ability to overcome the different co-infections that happen along with Lyme. I gave a vial to one of my accounts that has many Lyme patients. One of her patients recently called her and said of all the products she had been given, the Lyme Relief seemed to help the most. And I want to show you a chart that I found, and this is talking about various symptoms of Lyme disease. And sorry, that was a colored chart, and I ended up on my black and white printer. But here is what Lyme disease can feel like: memory loss, confusion, headaches, and migraines, vision problems, vestibular complaints, myofascial pain, dermatomal paresthesia. Whew, I chopped that one up, didn't I? All right, jaw pain and dysfunction, allergic symptoms, chemical sensitivity, and skin complaints, mitral valve prolapse and hypotension, respiratory muscle mobility dysfunction, muscle joint pain, stiffness, numbness and tingling, especially in the extremities, weight fluctuations, constipation and urination problems, irritable bowel syndrome, diarrhea, spinal burning, muscle spasms, and twitching, memory loss, confusion, oh, I said that, headaches and migraines, poor concentration, anxiety, and depression, lightheaded and dizziness, flu-like cold symptoms, night sweats, sleep disorders, fatigue, and weakness, shoulder pain or dislocation, radiating or shooting chest pain, nausea, menstrual groin pain, grinding hip pain, restless leg syndrome, walking on glass pain. I don't know what that is, but it doesn't sound very good, does it? So, and I do want to mention, we were sent the ingredients, the natural ingredients for working through Lyme disease symptoms from a woman in New York. And you'll find her testimony. Her name is Yamana. You'll find it in our FAQs and testimonial section. And she sent many herbs and supplements and essential oils that were the protocol that was being used any time that she got Lyme symptoms. And last summer she sent me an email and she said, I was bitten 6 times in June by ticks. And she said the symptoms should have shown up 6 weeks later. I immediately started using the Lyme Relief, and at the point the symptoms would show up, they never did show up. So she was very pleased. She said the protocol that she used to cost her about $300 a month. And she said, what a shame that this is so inexpensive. You buy a Lyme Relief vial one time, and you can even share it with other people. So I will go back now to what Hope had to say, but I just wanted to share that with Lyme disease because I think there's a lot of mystery symptoms that go along with it that are hard to pinpoint for people. Okay, so Hope says, I gave the Clear Mind to one of my friends who has an ADD, ADHD child, and it has made an incredible difference with the child's ability to think clearly and concentrate. I use it daily and make my coffee with it in the morning. I also have Superhuman and Cancer, and I drink from them daily. I had reoccurring issues with EBV, and Virus Relief has made a big difference with that. And I think that's Epstein-Barr virus that she was talking about, that I said was EBV. I think one of the very important aspects of getting the desired results from the GANs is making a positive intention prior to drinking it. The GANs plasma water seems to hold that intention, and it manifests while you're drinking it. When I drink the Virus Relief, I may say something like, All viruses are now detached from my cells and go into the plasma field to be neutralized. Make the intention that you want and drink the water and experience it manifesting. And Hope goes on to say, I had given some of the plasma energy vials to one of my accounts and she is a holistic veterinarian. She has a big ranch north of Phoenix. She had her vials set up in the barn. She was treating some animals with it. She called one day and said javelinas, which are a type of wild boar, had come into her barn, created a big mess, shattered her containers and the GANs inside of it. I made her some more and took them to her. I also made her 4 separate vials, and I told her to put them in each corner of the barn, and to add to it a strong intention that the javelinas would never enter again. She has since told me that the javelinas have come on her property again, but they never go near the barn. Powerful intention and powerful GANs. There are so many stories I have had with these, and they are so positive. So many of my accounts have now seen the benefits and are recommending these GANs formulas to their patients. And then it's signed Blessings, Hope. I really appreciate that when I hear from people and the impact that various plasma energy combinations are having for people. So thank you very much, Hope. And I just want to give you a reminder that the newest formula that we now have is called Healthy Heart. And once again, this was someone who was taking a lot of very expensive supplements and wanted to utilize everything she was taking in making a GANs. And I appreciate it when people are patient. I believe I started hers either the end of March or the beginning of May, and it was just ready about 3 weeks ago. So it does take a while to make these things. We are glad to do it, and the way we do this is you contact me and you're going to provide me with an amount that I'll tell you of the various herbs, supplements, vitamins, essential oils, homeopathics, whatever roots, teas that you're using for a particular condition. Those are then going to be put through the GANs making process. And if you look in our videos, I have done one of those recently. So you might check just to see that, I'm telling about how it's set up and how we do it. And so Healthy Heart has, I want you to see these ingredients because they start right around here with my pointer finger, and they continue on to the back of the page. So if any of you would like to see that, you can email me, Lynn at Plasma Energy Solution, and I'll be glad to send it to you. It should also be up with the Healthy Heart in the product area of plasmaenergysolution.com. So again, I just wanted to remind you that's our newest product. And for those of you who have watched this video, thank you very much. I'm only going to tell you on the video that if you will request a free vial apiece, I will gladly send it to you. Our world right now can use all the help it can get. And just put it in your comments on your order. I will send a free vial with any order that I receive. When you mention, please send me the piece vial on your order. So I want to thank you very much for joining me. I hope you have a peaceful, lovely rest of your weekend. And for those of you that are impacted by the smoke from the Western fires, please do look at the other video I did today where I give some specific suggestions that might be helpful to you. All right, thank you very much. Give me a thumbs up, and I hope you'll share this with friends, family, if you wish. And again, it's plasmaenergysolution.com. Thanks.